y'all, it's Hannah, and welcome back to my channel, or hi, hello, if you're new here. If you're new here, hi, hello, and welcome. My name is Hannah. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out me and my YouTube channel. For today's video, I'm really excited because I'm going to be doing my Thanksgiving Day look. So, I did one of these last year, and y'all really enjoyed it. So, this year, I decided to do another Thanksgiving Day look that you could wear for Thanksgiving Day festivities. I know Thanksgiving might be looking a little bit different for some people out there this year, but it's still a holiday, and I think you should still celebrate it and just enjoy it and just be thankful, because through everything there is so much to be thankful for. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get right on into this tutorial. I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all right now that I'm going to have some fun pops of color in today's look, because I have really been recently into teal blue, especially in the fall time. I think teal blue is such a beautiful color. So we're going to have a pop of teal blue, and we're going to have a pop of plum into this makeup look today. So starting out, I'm going to be going into my Makeup Geek eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to be using a combination of two different shades. I'm going to be going in with the shade So Pale, and then I'm going to be going into the shade Creme Brûlée. The reason why I'm mixing the two is because I kind of want this to be light and airy, but not too light and not too bold. I kind of want to slowly start building up the crease, so that is why I'm going to be going into those two colors and mixing them. And I'm also going to be using this Urban Decay eyeshadow brush because I like the fluffiness of it and the stiffness of it, and I like how it applies the shadow into my crease. See how soft and just nice that crease area looks now that we have slowly and surely built it up. It is a good idea to just kind of work in layers whenever you are building up your crease, so that way your crease doesn't turn out too dark. So now I'm going to be going back into my Makeup Geek eyeshadow palette. Now I'm going to be taking the shade Cheetah, and I'm just going to be applying that to the crease. And that shadow that we laid down already, that is kind of going to be our base. So when we put the shadow down into the crease, it is not going to look super dark and super harsh, and it's going to blend out a lot better. I also will be taking a little bit of So Pale onto a blending brush to kind of buff out that edge after I apply the shade Cheetah. Going into it, my Jaclyn Hill x Morphe eyeshadow palette. I need to use this eyeshadow palette more, so I'm going to be using this a lot during my makeup tutorials for Christmas time. But anyway, I'm going to be taking the shade Pool Party, which is just that really pretty teal right there. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be packing that onto the inner part of my lid using this little brush right here. This is a nice little flat tip brush, and it kind of has like a domed shape to it right there. I really like using this eyeshadow brush whenever I'm packing on shadow into the inner part of my lid, so that is why I'm going to be using it today. That shade is absolutely gorgeous. I have actually never used the shade Pool Party before. I've used all the other shades in the palette, but I've never used Pool Party. So that is a really, really pretty teal, and I really like how it has a little reflective of green glitter in it. Like whenever light hits it, it is absolutely beautiful. So I am really happy with the way that looks. I took a gamble today using that shade because I didn't really want to use any other palette with a aqua shade in it that I've already used, or a turquoise shade, because I was like, you know what, I need to use this Jaclyn Hill shade because I've never used that before. So I'm really happy that I did that. So now I'm going to be using a product that I know I said in my 9 things I no longer buy video that I would no longer be showing limited edition makeup or using limited edition makeup in a makeup tutorial. However, I really need to use this one particular shade that is in this palette. So I'm going to be going into my Ulta Beauty. This is the Melisa Michelle palette. This was like a really, really limited edition item. I really like Melisa Michelle. I think she's a really good YouTuber. So I'm going to be using the shade Lola. And it's a really pretty shimmery champagne gold color. It's more champagne than it is is gold. I didn't really want anything that was going to be yellow gold. I kind of wanted something that was a little bit more subtle. So that is why I decided to use the shade Lola today. Whenever I was getting out my palettes to use, I thought that this would be a really, really good shade to use. So that is why I'm going to be using it. I don't know what brush I'm going to be using to apply it with. I think I'm going to be using this one right here, my typical little flat shaded brush, and I'm going to be applying that to the center of my lid. Alright, so I was going to use this shadow from Coastal Scents. This is in the shade Vibrant Plum, and this is just what it looks like, but I don't think I'm going to be using that for today's look because I just swatched it on the back of my hand, and it looks like it's going to be a bit too neon for what we are going for today. So instead what I'm going to be doing is going back into my Makeup Geek eyeshadow palette because I have a plump purple shade in here that would work a lot better than that shade right there. So what I'm going to be doing is going into the shade Grape. I believe that is the shade Grape, and then the shimmer purple is in the shade of Wine. But anyway, I will double check that in a little bit, and I'll have that listed down below in the description box. But that is what I'm going to be using, and where I'm going to be applying that shadow is I'm going to be applying it to the outer half of my lid and just a tiny bit ways into my crease. So I literally was just over here cleaning up my eyes. I always clean up my fallout with a makeup wipe. That is why I always do my eyeshadow first and then do my base second, so that way I don't mess up anything with my base whenever I have fallout. And I was just sitting here and something like fell over there on my nightstand. That's kind of creepy. But anyway, moving on. Now we are officially done with the eyeshadow for right now. So we're going to be moving on to lashes. So first what I'm going to be doing is curling my eyelashes with my e.l.f. eyelash curler. And then I'm going to be using some mascara. The mascara that I'm using today is just the Mama Carta Beauty mascara. This is their volumizing Turn It Up mascara, and this is in jet black. You know what's funny is I did that unboxing for AIA Beauty Bundle, and I went to Ross recently, and y'all, I found this mascara at Ross for $9.99, and I think that this was like what, like $20 or something like that. That's crazy to me. Like, I actually found a brand that I actually recognized at my Ross. I actually found a bunch of brands that day that I recognized at my Ross. But anyway, that is just what I'm going to be doing. Alrighty, so I would have investigated that weird noise that I was hearing over there on my nightstand because it sounded like something was falling, but it actually was not. I had like a little bag or whatever, and it was just like blowing around, but it was kind of freaking me out. So I guess that's what I get for watching BuzzFeed Unsolved before I start filming my videos because it kind of freaked me out. But anyway, now we're going to be moving on to lashes, and lashes will just take you from point A to point B with your makeup look. I really believe in the power of a good false eyelash. I love false eyelashes. I swear that I am. So I'm going to be using the e.l.f. lashes today. These are in the style Natural. And the reason why I wanted to use these today is because they're just simple. They're just natural. And, you know, I didn't want anything bold or really crazy for this eye look today. So that's why I wanted to use these. They're kind of wispy. They're really pretty. They're just really soft. So that is why I wanted to use these today. And for the applicator, y'all already know, if you're familiar with me, I'm going to be using my metal eyelash applicator. I picked this up off of beautybigbang.com, but you can get a whole bunch of these off of Amazon for like really inexpensive. So I definitely recommend checking out there. And then for the glue today, I'm going to be using my Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive Glue. Going to move on into the complexion, and I'm really excited because I'm going to be using one of my favorite full coverage foundations from the drugstore. This is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. This does a really good job at really staying in place on the face all day. It actually doesn't really move around a whole lot, which I really like. I am in the shade Light Ivory, and this is just what it looks like. Like I said, it is a good full coverage foundation. I can get about 1 pump usage out of the foundation foundation onto my face. So what I'm going to be doing is just applying that to my face with my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion sponge. Using my NYX, this is their HD Studio Concealer. This is in the shade Fair, and I'm just going to be dotting this under my eye, under my inner corner, and then I'm going to be applying a little bit on my forehead and a little bit on my chin, and blending it out with the same Miracle Complexion from sponge from Real Techniques that we used earlier. Now we're going to be trying a new product here on my channel. This is from L'Oreal Paris. This is their Hydra Perfect Powder, and this is in the shade 916 Translucent. So this is just what it looks like. Okay, some of it just kind of like spilled out when I tunked it over, but anyway, I'm really excited to try this powder, so I'm just going to be using that to set my under eye with. To be applying a little bit of white eyeliner to my waterline because we're going to be moving on and we're going to be finishing up the eye look. So that is just what I'm going to be doing, and this is from LA Colors. This is one of my favorite white eyeliners. Actually, it's my only favorite white eyeliner at the moment. So I'm just going to be going and applying that now. Alright, so I'm going to take the shade of Wine and Dine. That's actually what I used on the outer lid / outer corner situation. And I'm going to be smudging that along my lower lash line. This is that shadow from Makeup Geek. And I'm just going to be applying that to the lower lash line with this little e.l.f. concealer brush. Now going into the Makeup Revolution Sophie X Highlighter Palette. This is from Sophie Does Life here on YouTube. I absolutely freaking love her. I don't know if y'all knew this or not, but a very long time ago she actually did makeup with Makeup Revolution. Like, she actually made a makeup product. So I'm going to be taking that white highlighter right there, and I'm going to be highlighting my inner corner. Now, normally I would wait and go ahead and do this whenever I do my face highlight. However, I want to go ahead and do that now, and I'm going to be using this tiny little lip brush to apply it. Now going into my Mana Karder mascara, I'm going to be using this on my lower lashes. I'm going to be going into my Ceàte London bronzer to warm up my complexion. This is in the shade Bamboo Bronzer, and I'm just going to be applying that with this big fluffy brush. Next, I'm going to be going into this Ulta Beauty palette, and I'm going to be using the blush in the shade Gilded. As you all know, I've kind of been having a little bit of a blush crisis here on my channel. I don't really have a lot of blushes that I feel like are good for fall, so that's something that I really need to make a note of, I guess, is to buy some blushes that are appropriate for fall and then put them up for next year. But anyway, I'm going to be using my angled up blush brush to apply it. I really like the way that this applies a blush because it hugs your cheek and it just applies the product really nicely and applies where I want it. And not only that, but I like the fact that the handle is a unicorn horn as well. And these I actually picked up off of Amazon, and I will have a link to them down below in the description box if you are interested in purchasing these. I don't have an affiliate code or anything like that with Amazon, but I do know I do sometimes get questions about my unicorn brushes, so I'll have a link down there where you can check some out if you want to. Now I'm going to be going back into the Makeup Revolution highlighter palette from Sophie, and I'm going to be using that top highlighter right there that we used earlier to highlight the inner corners of my eyes with, and I'm going to be highlighting my cheekbones, and I'm going to be using my cheek highlight brush to apply it. And we all know that I am obsessed with highlighter. Highlighter is absolutely one of my favorite makeup products ever. Last but certainly not least, I'm going to be finishing off with lips, and for lips today, I'm going to be using the Kat Von D liquid lipstick. This is in the shade Ludwig, and I just thought that this would be a perfect color to use today. This lipstick lasts all day long on my lips. It does not smudge, it doesn't go anywhere because it's a liquid lipstick, but it's very, very lightweight. It's not a drying formula, which I really love, so I thought I would include this in this tutorial in case you are following along with this at home and you do want to do your makeup for Thanksgiving or just whatever, and you need to have your lips last all day, then I'd really recommend checking out these Kat Von D liquid lipsticks. These also do not rub off inside a face mask as well, which is really awesome because we totally love that over here. Alrighty, my beautiful and wonderful little unicorns, that is it for this Thanksgiving makeup tutorial. I really hope that you all did enjoy this video. If you did, then please give it a big thumbs up down below. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button while you're down there as well, because I'm here for you with new videos every Thursday, Saturdays, and Mondays at 6 or 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can also give me a follow over on social media as well, so that way you can keep up with me, you can keep tabs on me, and you can keep a lookout when I post and upload new videos. So yeah, I really hope that you all did enjoy this video, and I hope that you all have a happy and safe holiday. And until next time, I will see you all in Monday's video. Bye, my little unicorns.